Come in.
Hi, Miss Fackel. My name is Miss Sunberg, and I'm Susie's mom. So I'm the one that sent you that email.
Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for shooting me an email, and I'm glad that we can meet today. What was the email again? I kind of forgotten. A crazy day.
Well, I am just extremely upset that you would have my daughter be reading a book that includes something about death and divorce. And I just think it's completely unacceptable and inappropriate. And I don't think that she should be reading this book. I am just really astounded that you would have, children be reading a book like this. So I just ultimately don't think that I want her in your class anymore.
Okay. Well, Miss Sunberg, I can feel that you are frustrated, and I feel that you are angry,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to apologize and let you know that I know that you feel that way, and I don't want you to feel that way, and I want
Good, I'm
to
glad.
get this into a good solution for both of us. But first off, I would just like to add, do you think that how does Susie feel about the book?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to Susie about it. I just know that I saw the book in her backpack and I picked it up and I read what it said on the back, and I can't believe that you would be having, you know, middle schoolers read a book like this. I mean, divorce and death, I mean, those should be things talked about in church. I mean, Susie should be talked to that by her pastor, not you. You're her teacher. You should be teaching her math, English, reading, and writing, not life lessons like that.
I understand completely what you're saying, but I can assure you that this book has been through the state, and we are told by the state what to teach and what not to teach. And this book is one of those books that they told us that we are allowed to teach. And I can assure you, if you read the book, maybe you can read the book, but the book is not, it's not inappropriate. I know that maybe death and divorce is a touchy subject with some families, but it's not inappropriate in the least bit. And when we were in class, I don't think Susie felt that she was uncomfortable with the book.
Well, has Susie been, you know, working in class and contributing to it? Does she seem like she's enjoying it? Because I just can't imagine that she would enjoy a book that has something to do with death and divorce. I can't imagine it. That's very close to our family, and it's a touchy subject for us. So I don't see how she would be enjoying something like that.
I don't know if I would say she was enjoying it, but she was definitely contributing. Susie's a very good student. She always is trying to work her hardest in class, and
Well, good. I'm
I
glad to
noticed
hear that.
and I noticed that you said that it's very close to you. So have you dealt with divorce or death in the family recently?
We actually have. I lost my dad, Susie's grandpa, a couple months ago to cancer. So that was, obviously really hard for our family. And then also, my husband left me about 2 years ago. So it's just been me, Susie, and my two other kids all on our own. And so I can just imagine that she has hated reading this book. And I am just so upset that you did not approve this book with us as parents and let us know that that's what they were going to be reading about.
Oh, okay. Well, let me first off say that I'm sorry about your dad and about your divorce that happened a couple years ago.
Well, thank you.
I want you to know that I truly do feel for you. And maybe that is a solution, or one solution that could be we could send out a note to all the parents saying maybe you want to take a look at this book before we have our students read it, because maybe other parents have been uncomfortable. They just have never said anything.
Well, thank you for acknowledging that. I mean, yeah, I think that probably would have been a better option, and maybe had I known that you were going to be having the students read this book, that I would have been more accepting to it. But I still feel that Susie should not be reading this book, and um, I guess that's just my opinion on it. So I don't know if you have another opinion, but she's my kid, and my
Yes, of
decision,
course.
my decision is ultimately the one that we should be following, I think.
You are right. Susie is your child. You know her better than anybody else. I'm just her teacher, but I can tell you right now that I really enjoy Susie in class. She's a very bright girl, and obviously, your decision is final, but I just really hope that we can work through something today so she can stay in my class. Maybe I can accommodate her with a different book and give her different tests and quizzes, I would accommodate that for her definitely, because I enjoy her and I want her to learn the exact same or very close to what the other students are learning, because she is smart and she deserves to learn everything just like everybody else is.
Well, I really appreciate that you said that, and that kind of changes my view on things a little bit, because you're so passionate about Susie and you really care about her. I mean, I don't want her to just be like dumped in some other person's class like halfway through the year. I mean, I know she's probably made friends in the class. I mean, I know Susie's so popular and kids love her.
She's very sociable and people do love her, and I would really like to not lose her, because I feel like we have made a great relationship with the two of us, and I love seeing her grow. And I just don't want this book to offend you so bad, or offend other parents so bad that they want to take their kids out of my class.
Well, I think that you do have a really good point. I think that you and Susie probably have made a good connection, because all Susie ever does is talk great about you and how great Miss Bockel is.
Oh, well,
and
thank you.
She loves coming to your class, and I know that she loves, the friendships that she's made in your class. So maybe I was just being a little rash and a little, overprotective of Susie's feelings and her past experiences with death and divorce. But I think that maybe what if we sat down and had a conversation, all three of us, with Susie, and talked about how comfortable she feels with the book?
Of course. I would love to do that whenever Susie and you have a time and I have a time that all fits well together. We could definitely do that for sure, because I'm sure Susie has felt sad just like you have during this time when her dad left and her grandpa passed away. And I don't want her to feel sad, and I don't want you to feel sad either. So maybe even if you wanted to talk to the school counselor with Susie too, or all of us could meet together.
I never thought about that. That's
death and divorce is a thing that happens in everyone's life. Not divorce maybe, but death definitely. And everyone should have a good outlet to work through that. And that's kind of what the book does too, is let kids know that you can get through things that are hard in life.
Well, I guess ultimately that's a really great message, and I would love to sit down and have a conversation. So, Susie's just so popular, so she has so many play dates, but, I can work around the schedule, so I'll check her schedule, like I said, and I'll shoot you another email about when works for all three of us to meet together and discuss this book.
Yes, of course, that would be great. Just email me whenever you can, at your convenience, okay? I will try to work around it as best as I can, okay?
Okay, great. I want you to know that I feel much better after talking to you, and I really appreciate you making time to meet with me, Miss Bockel.
Okay, and I appreciate you coming to me first. I know that this might have been hard for you, but I'm glad that we are on a common ground now, and that we can meet again and finally get a solution figured out. Thanks again.
Thanks, Miss Bockel. Bye.
Bye.